Shalom Yasharala. Start off, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who I learned the truth from. And Shalom to the elect out there. Today's title of this lesson will be Mutant, Mpox, Outbreak. And this goes out to you Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native Americans, the true Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Bible. Once again, today's title of this lesson will be Mutant, Mpox, Outbreak. So I have a quick news article that reads, who declares 2024 Mpox surge a public health emergency of international concern. Let's read on down for a little more information. It reads, the World Health Organization has declared Mpox, which is monkeypox, a public health emergency of international concern. Cases of Mpox, previously called monkeypox, have been surging in the Democratic Republic of Congo. In recent weeks, cases have appeared in nearby African countries, including several that have never reported Mpox cases before. And it quotes, what we're seeing is tip of the iceberg because of weaknesses in the surveillance system, says Dr. Demi Ogana, the chair of the emergency committee convened by WHO and an infectious disease physician at Niger Delta University of Nigeria. And it quotes, this is something that should concern us all, says WHO's Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. It's kind of hard to pronounce. Let's get a little bit more of this article. It says WHO has declared 7 public health emergencies in the past, including one for Mpox in 2022. The type of Mpox that is circulating now is known to be more deadly than the type that swept the globe 2 years ago. We need to be aggressive. On Tuesday, the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention took a similar step, declaring Mpox an emergency. Africa CDC has never done anything like this before. And it quotes, we can no longer be reactive. We need to be proactive and aggressive, says Dr. Jane Casey, Director General of Africa CDC. This is a fight for all Africans, and we will fight it together. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, children make up the majority of the 14,000 reported cases and 511 deaths so far in 2024. Those numbers roughly match the number of cases reported in all of the last year in the country, and they dwarf the Mpox numbers reported in 2022. So we see it, man. The CDC, the WHO, the World Health Organization, they're sounding the alarm for this monkeypox outbreaks, Mpox. Cases have appeared in Africa, and they're saying also there's new reports of Mpox strain reaches Europe. And Sweden was reporting the first case over there in Europe. So, we've seen this all over again. We've seen what happened in 2020 with the C19 drop. We are seeing the beginning of Lord willing, another lockdown 2.0. We're seeing another pandemic in the making. But one thing about that, Yahweh Bashim Shai, he's in control of everything. And we've seen Esau's about to make a move. We've seen new mandates, rules, regulation. Where we see the V word come into play. So if you know what I'm talking about. But we've seen the sound alarm for this mutant Mpox outbreak, and this is the big talk now. So we've seen will there be another pandemic? Will there be rules, regulations, lockdowns? So we come upon a time where we put to see these things, man. It's constantly heating up, and Yahweh Bashim Shai, he's constantly making moves left and right. I have another article, and it says right here, it says more contagious Mpox strain reaches Europe as Sweden reports first case. Let's get a little bit of this. It says the patient had traveled to a country hit by an outbreak of the virus. It says right here, Sweden has registered Europe's first case of the more dangerous variant of Mpox, which is spreading rapidly in Africa after the WHO declared a global public health emergency. We have now had confirmation that we have one case in Sweden of the more grave type of Mpox, that one called Clade 1. Health and Social Affairs Minister Jacob Forsman told a press conference on Thursday. So they're reporting that there's a case in Sweden of this Mpox strain called Clade 1. So, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. We're not ignorant of his schemes, his mindset, his plans. We already know a lot of things are going down behind the curtains. But one thing about that, we already know reports in time of what tribulation and sorrow, disaster is coming. All type of things we are seeing right now is leading up to what Jacob's trouble, a time we've never seen before. Lockdowns, martial law, rules, regulation, mandates, all of these things we are seeing, civil war, civil unrest, riots, protests, a lot of things are going on right now, and we see these things increase right before our eyes. But one thing about it is that Yahweh Shema Shai, we're going to lean on him in these last days. We're going to trust and believe in Yahweh Shema Shai because he's in control, and we already know we're approaching some real dark times. So once again, we see a lockdown, pandemics, a lot of things are circling, a lot of things will come about in these last days, and we're seeing it. So before we start today's video, let's give me a very quick precept. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 20, verse 8, and it reads, "The prophets that have been before me, before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and evil and of pestilence." And that's what the true men of law are constantly warning you about. War, evil, and pestilence. We already know that the war drums are constantly beating. The War 3 is constantly brewing up. We are seeing things intensify between Israel and Iran. We already know War 3 will eventually pop off. Things are constantly brewing up. The warning of evil, wickedness, and inequity is at an all-time high right now. We are approaching dark times. We're going to see more and more of these things as we go on in these last days. And also what pestilence. We're seeing what epidemics on the rise, disease, sicknesses, and infections. The true men of law on the highways and byways. Make these video epistles warning you of all these impending dangers that are yet to come. And we're seeing the rise of these things. Things are constantly brewing up, and we're seeing the start of a lot of things going on. Let's read the NLT. It says, "The ancient prophets who preceded you and me spoke against many nations, always warned of war, disaster, and of disease." And that's spot on. So let's start today's, let's get a quick video, and then we'll dive into the rest of these precepts. So bear with me for a minute. All right, here we go.
Mpox has been declared a global emergency by the World Health Organization, as a new strain is spreading across parts of Africa at a concerning rate. It's the second time the viral disease has triggered this in the last 3 years, but this variant has been labelled the most dangerous yet. So exactly how worried should we be? Mpox, which used to be known as monkeypox, spreads through close contact with infected people, and it causes flu-like symptoms with these painful pus-filled lesions. Most cases are mild, but it can be deadly. More than 500 people have died in the Democratic Republic of Congo so far this year. Now, there are two main types, clade 1 and clade 2. And the difference with this outbreak is this variant is a mutated strain of clade 1, the far more deadly type. Not only that, but it's seeming to spread more easily too. The recent outbreak has spread to 13 African countries so far. And the WHO chief has warned a coordinated international response is essential to stop this outbreak and save lives.
The rapid spread of a lethal version of Mpox in Africa and now to Europe is causing increasing alarm. The World Health Organization has declared it a public health emergency of international concern, calling for urgent action to bring it under control. Mpox, previously known as monkeypox, causes fever, rash and lesions, severe headaches and fatigue. Some people have difficulty breathing or swallowing, and there is a risk of life-threatening sepsis or blood poisoning. So far this year, there have been more than 17,500 cases in at least 13 African countries. That's up from 15,000 for the whole of 2023. But it's a situation in the Democratic Republic of Congo that triggered the WHO's warning. There have been more than 15,000 cases this year and more than 500 deaths. Just over 2/3 of the cases in the DRC are children under 15. The fatality rate is almost 9% in babies under the age of 1 and approximately 4% in older children. The outbreak in the DRC is being driven by a new version of the virus.
In 2022, we saw Mpox in the UK, and that occurred largely as a result of sexual transmission and also direct contact transmission. And there were more than 3,000 cases in the UK in 2022. This clade 1 virus, though, is more concerning because it has been expanding very rapidly. It appears to be more transmissible, and it's associated with a higher mortality rate.
There is a vaccine against Mpox, but it's not clear how effective it would be to the new variant, and only 200,000 doses are available. The African Centers for Disease Control says 10 million are needed. By declaring a public health emergency of international concern, the WHO hopes to accelerate access to testing, vaccines and drugs. Without rapid action, it fears the virus could go global.
All right, man. So we're seeing this Mpox outbreak. They sound alarm. They're saying it's something very serious. So, like I said, what we see the V word come into play. What we see, what another pandemic, lockdowns, rules, regulations. Hey, we're here is at the door, man. We've seen all these things come about, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's making moves every day. We're seeing things increase. A lot of things are going on in the news. Every day we wake up, there's something new going on. That's why I have to keep trusting and believing in who? Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, because he's in control and he's supposed to bring that heavy judgment. We see a lot of things come about in these last days that we're in. So let's start off in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 15, and it reads, the sword is without. And we already know the sword goes into judgment and the modern day gun. And it reads, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. And we already know this going to be a famine, a lack of food, lack of a resource, food shortage, and that's going to lead to what? Starvation. Or people going to start what? Going crazy, going mad. And we already know that's going to lead to what? Cannibalism. So a lot of people going to perish due to famine, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's about to bring these things, man. Food shortage, starvation, and it's going to lead to what? Like I said, cannibalism. These things you see in these dystopian-like movies, apocalyptic movies like the Book of Eli, The Rogue, all these different end-time movies, end-time scenarios we're going to see, man, in real life, and it's going to be 10 times worse, man. We're coming to some dark times. You're not seeking the true power, which is Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and you will perish in a really excruciating way, man. That's why we tell our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and you Native Americans, they seek the Lord while he's found, while he's near. Because one thing about that, the Lord, he's about to bring that heavy judgment, man. Time we've never seen before, are we coming into. And it says pestilence. We keep seeing a rise in disease. Every day there's a new disease coming out. And the talk of the time now is what? This Mpox outbreak. We already know who just declared this a public health emergency. And we're also seeing all type of side disease, all type of sicknesses and plagues come about in these last days. We already know a lot of people are going to perish from these things, man. But one thing about that, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, like I said, he's bringing these things, man. The Lord is in control, so that's who we should be fearing. That's who we should be seeking in these days to come. Because the Lord is bringing it. He's about to bring this destruction and heavy judgment. Let's read this again. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 15. And it reads, the sword is without, and the pestilence and famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. Let's keep on moving. Just a very quick lesson. This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 8, verse 50, and it reads, for many great misery shall be done to them that in the latter times shall join the world, because they have walked in great pride. And we've seen that. We've seen people walk in great pride. A lot of people are walking around proud, caught up in their egos, caught up in these luxury lifestyles, these careers, their money. But one thing about it, that Lord is constantly bringing about these miseries. A lot of people are in distress, suffering, and hardships will come into the face of the earth. We constantly warn our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, of these impending dangers, of these things. But the Lord is constantly bringing upon these miseries because people walking what? Great pride and not realizing the signs of the time. That's why the Lord is constantly bringing these miseries. And we already know these things are going to increase. Day by day, we're waking up, we're seeing a new things emerge. A lot of miseries are going to befall the people in these last days, and we've seen it. Let's read this again. This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 8, verse 50, and it reads, for many great miseries shall be done to them that dwell. Let's read it again. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Let's keep on moving. This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15, verse 49, and it reads, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood. A lot of people about to lose their spouse, lose their loved ones, poverty, people about to be homeless. And we've seen a lot of people going through financial hardships, inflation, and a lot of people are losing their job. We've seen mass layoffs, and one thing about it, people they're starting to get desperate. They can't afford necessities, food, daily things they need, and that's going to cause like a stir. People, like I said, people going mad. They're going to go crazy once they see they have nothing else to lose. We're going to see the real side of people. We're going to see people true colors. And these days coming to famine, starvation, and a lack of food is near, man. That's going to lead to what? Cannibalism. We already know the Lord is going to cut off the staff of bread, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's putting a chokehold on the society. A lot of miseries are coming to the face of the earth, man. We're seeing it right now. And it says sword and pestilence. We already know the sword goes into what? The modern day gun. We're seeing people stack up on guns and ammo. They get ready for these times we're coming into, man. But it's about to get real hectic over in America, man. Civil war, civil unrest, rise, revolts, rebellions, sedition among men. All these things in the scriptures say we're about to see these things in real time. And it says pestilence to waste our houses with destruction and death. And that's what we're seeing. We're constantly seeing a rise in what? Pestilence, man. These things, there's a lot of things going on right now. There's a lot of things the Lord's constantly smiting earth with, and we're seeing it day by day. That's why I have to constantly be seeking the Lord. We have to be fearing him, because because Yahweh Shem Shah, he's in control. He's doing everything that we're seeing. All these natural disasters, these casualties, killings, bloodshed. The Lord's in control. Should it be evil in the city? And the Lord have not done it. We go to the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 6. But we constantly see these things. Get ready, Israel. You so-called Negroes and Latinos and you Native Americans, get ready. Because things are, we hitting some dark times. Tribulation, time we've never seen before, is coming. And things are getting worse and worse as we go on. So let's read this again. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 49. It reads, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy house with destruction and death. So I hope this lesson was edifying. Till next time I say, Shalom.